It's the last Saturday in August, but the first full Saturday of college football here from Memphis, Tennessee. Folks, you're watching the American Conference on ABC here at the Liberty Bowl. Lots of blue in the stands as Ole Miss takes on Memphis for the 63rd time. Folks, if you're ready to just step up and marry this fantastic game we call college football, just say I do. Along with Dusty Dvorak and I chopping it up. Olivia Decker down in the field joining us in just a few moments. Dusty, 150 years of college football. I've called games for 29 years. The pageantry, the pride, the pomp is unmatched and unrivaled.
College football is back, right? 63rd meeting between these programs. No love lost between the schools, between the fan bases. This is what college football is all about. We got 2 teams, 10 new coaches. It's going to get crazy on the field today, man. Let's kick this thing off. I can't wait.
My partner has a lather already. As for my other partner, Olivia, we'll hear from her on the other side from the banks of the Mississippi. The Mississippi River flows southward from Minnesota, one of the 10 states that it traverses. Its banks have seen discoverers, explorers, and battles. Today in Memphis, the river's the backdrop of a different battle with the likes of Rebels and Tigers. A little-known rivalry begun way back in 1921. And like the song says, just like the river, they've been running ever since. A Mid-South rivalry now.
Well, Memphis coaches want to use this rivalry to prove their program's progression. But like Dusty said, there is no love lost between these 2 schools, as you can tell by the nonstop booing during warm-ups. They're just an hour 20 apart. They recruit the same area, and the Rebels' largest alumni base is here in Memphis. A lot of bulletin board material here, guys. An Ole Miss player even calling the Tigers their little brother. The Rebels head coach Matt Luke told us that from his 2 new coordinators to his whole team who heard that they're the underdog, there's a big chip on their shoulder. They can't kick this one off soon enough.
Hey, Olivia, little brother, perceived little brother, looking to get some hits in on Coach Luke and big brother here this afternoon. Memphis won the coin toss, deferring to the second half. Moore and Ely back deep for Ole Miss. Ely going to take it out. He hesitates and takes it all the way out to the 24-yard line, where quarterback Matt Corral, the 6'1" redshirt freshman out of California, will take the reins of that Rebel offense. First down and 10. This is just his 5th game. He played in 4 games a season ago, but maintained his red shirt and comes in as the starter here, winning the job in camp. Was 16 of 22 a season ago, and a couple of touchdown tosses, 1 interception. Matt Luke in his 3rd year on the sidelines as head coach, but really in many ways a different season for him with the sanctions all gone. First and 10. And nowhere to go for Scotty Phillips. It'll be second down and long. Dusty, when you look at this Ole Miss team, Rich Rodriguez was hired by Matt Luke. Big changes with the offense.
Big changes and a big hire. Rich Rodriguez is an offensive guru, has been for the last 25 years in college football. And now he's got Matt Corral, a highly touted high school recruit 2 years ago, one of the top pocket passing quarterbacks in the country. Can't wait to see exactly what this Rich Rodriguez offense looked like. Remember, he was out of college football all last season.
Elijah Moore made that last catch. And it's 3rd and long. Corral with time down the middle. Lots of contact and incomplete. Intended for Jonathan Mingo, the intended receiver. And broken up by Blake Jr.
Excellent job in coverage. Going to be a drop 8. Adam Fuller, the new defensive coordinator, does not bring pressure. And you see the big hit delivered by 41, the safety, Sanchez Blake, to be sure that ball was not caught. A perfect start for Adam Fuller, new defensive coordinator's defense, with a quick 3 and out.
Hey, keep an eye on that guy, number 9, Pop Williams, was 2nd in the country last year in total punt return yards. One of the most lethal punt returners in the nation, but they use the directional punt and knock it out of bounds. So he won't get an opportunity. It'll be 1st and 10 for Brady White, the quarterback for the Tigers. Brady White was the starter a season ago after this 44-yard punt. Second-year starter, 15 pounds heavier, and maybe more importantly, Dusty, he feels more at ease with his teammates, and now they have new coordinators too. The Memphis Tigers do.
Absolutely, but it stays the same on offense. Mike Norvell is the offensive coordinator. He calls the plays. This is his scheme, and you're right, Brady White kind of thrust into this role last year. Now he's become a much better team leader, better communicator, and overall this team believes in him more this season.
And he chucks it here to Coatsy on first down, and Coatsy picks up about 6. It'll be 2nd down and 4. Damonte Coatsy is one of the leaders on that offensive side of the ball. His work ethic is unrivaled. They're going to run it this time. This is Patrick Taylor, the 6'3 senior, who gives them about a 3rd down and 2. Taylor decided to come back for his senior year. We'll talk more about that a little bit later.
Big physical running back in Patrick Taylor for this offense.
3rd and 2. Pass complete to the edge to Jones, and Jones going to be stopped up short of the first down. So it'll be a 3 and out for the Tigers. Good open field tackling by Keydron Smith, who was the first guy to get there for Ole Miss.
Excellent job by Keydron Smith getting up the field. Watch him as he works here. He's just going to get up the field, fight through the block. Continue to work, fight through the block, and make a nice play behind the line of scrimmage to force a punt. Outstanding job by the cornerback, getting in good position, fighting through the block, keeping contained, and then getting the ball carrier on the ground.
Elijah Moore back for this punt, standing on his own 20-yard line for Ole Miss. Adam Williams with a high punt. Moore is going to eschew the fair catch. And he's brought down after a gain of about 2 on the return after the 41-yard punt. One of these teams will be singing the blues after 4 quarters as we come back to the City of Blues right after this. And welcome back, everyone, to the city of Memphis, the Blue City. Your first time here, right, partner?
Unbelievable place. We've already had some good barbecue, seen some great sights. What a fantastic city.
So much history. Walking down along Field Street yesterday and Main Street outside our hotel. A lot of people talking about this football game and this matchup between Ole Miss and Memphis. Second possession of the ball game for the Rebels, and nowhere to go this time for Scotty Phillips. Brought down for no gain on the play, and Russell with the tackle.
With his front for the Memphis Tigers all over Ole Miss up front. Excellent job changing the line of scrimmage. We've seen O'Brien Goodson several times playing on the other side of the football.
Rich Rodriguez's offense on display here. The 2nd time of the ball game. Little inside handoff. Pickens making the tackle on Phillips. A gain of 3 on the play. It'll set up a 3rd down and about 7 to go for Ole Miss.
Second consecutive drive here for Ole Miss. They're 3rd and behind the sticks. Adam Fuller, traditionally an aggressive defensive play caller. They brought him in from Marshall. Loved what he was able to do there. Now the first 3rd down, we saw him just play a drop 8. Won't be surprised if they try to heat up Matt Corral here.
Corral out of the shotgun. Had time and overshoots his receiver by a ton at the 40-yard line. Intended for Jonathan Mingo. So Ole Miss goes 3 and out again for the 2nd consecutive time on their first 2 possessions. Adam Fuller, another one of the 4 new coordinators for the 2 respective teams on the field today. And there's a look at Pop Williams, ready for his 2nd punt return, staying at his 31. Mac Brown with the rollout rugby-style punt. And Pop will have a chance here at the 25. Bottled up, nowhere to go, and brought down to the 26-yard line. They go quick, playing that tempo game. Downfield, open. Did he keep his feet in bounds? No. Kadarian Jones couldn't make the catch. But let's go back to Kenneth Gainwell on that last play.
Excellent pass catcher, and when he gets the football in his hands, watch out. Watch the balance here. Fights through that. Low pad leverage as he fights for the first down. A young man that played in 4 games last year. They were so loaded at running back. Remember, Darrell Henderson, Tony Pollard, Patrick Taylor, and Mike Norvell didn't want to redshirt him, but he thought, man, I've got these guys. Let's just play him 4 games and have him for 4 more years. They expect big things this year and throughout his career from Kenneth Gainwell.
They expect a high usage rate for him this afternoon. And as I say that, he catches another pass and picks up about 9. It'll be second down and short for the Memphis Tigers, and Brady White seems to be in a nice little rhythm here now, Dusty.
Getting the ball out quick, finding his going to be one of his favorite targets out of the backfield. You see now Gainwell lined up in the slot. Watch for this to Coxie down here at the bottom.
Coxie, number 10, the long rangy receiver. He makes the catch on the receiver screen. A lot of attention and nowhere to go. The Rebels reading that one. Sam Williams was the first one to get there. A junior college transfer out of Northeast Mississippi Community College.
Anytime you see Magnifico lined up in front of Coxie, watch for the screen. They like Magnifico being able to block. But once again, it's Keydron Smith fighting through the block of the tight end to make the play initially in the backfield.
We saw what happened after that. There was a flag on the play as well against Ole Miss, a face mask, and that gives them a first down all the way at the 40-yard line. The face mask was on Sam Williams, who was the first tackler there.
They were high on Sam Williams, said he's a freak athlete, and got his hand up in the face mask. That's a costly penalty for this Ole Miss defense.
Running play, Patrick Taylor stopped up right at the line of scrimmage by Benito Jones, who we had a nice visit with yesterday. He was a former freshman All-American, former Mississippi High School Player of the Year. Dusty, with a name like Jones, you know he can ball, right?
Man, it's all business. Big man. You could tell yesterday he's looking to show up today and this entire season. Veteran guy, played a lot of football. Excellent first step. Good job with his hands getting off the block.
On second down and 14, a gain of about 3 on the play. Benito Jones from Waynesboro, Mississippi. I asked him how many stoplights are in the tiny town of Waynesboro. He guessed about 5 or 6. So I'm going to get on Google Maps and look that up a little bit later. Small town, but big game. Benito Jones. 3rd and long. Memphis on Mississippi side of midfield. The handoff and a great cutback by Taylor. Close to the first down. Let's see where they spot it. They may have given him the first down. He ran over Linton at the end of that run. It looks like he may have gotten it.
I like the feel and the vision from Patrick Taylor. He starts it right, he press it, look at him put the foot in the ground and go back this way. He sees the cut right off his offensive lineman, and then it's sheer power, lowers the shoulder and fights for the first down.
Well, he knew where that marker was. Norvell said he wants to get him the ball about 25 times a game this year. White has time underneath. Coxie with the catch. And everybody running the ball for Mississippi, making the tackle. What do you make of Mike McIntyre and his philosophy defensively on a defense that really needed help after last year?
I loved what he said to us. Knowledge equals confidence equals playing fast. He got that from the great Bill Parcells. He's tried to simplify some things to allow his players to go out and play at a faster pace.
Smith completes another one. Williams makes the catch. Talked about their rather porous defense, very pliant defense a season ago. Those rankings, simply put, were not very good.
Yeah, and Mike McIntyre is a stickler for the details. Attention to details is what Matt Luke pointed to, and they've got a great relationship going all the way back to 1998. They trust each other, and I'd be shocked if this defense isn't much improved this season under the guidance of Mike McIntyre.
Former head coach at Colorado, and prior to that at San Jose State, where he did a great job. 3rd and 17 under heat. Smith got rid of it just in time. And Taylor bottled up at about the 32-yard line, but another flag down all the way back at the 47.
Foul. Roughing the passer. Driving his body into the ground to punish his opponent. Number 13 of the defense. Guys have to distance their goal line. Automatic first down.
Well, they were hyping Sam Williams up to us. They expected big things from him, and he's got a little bit too much juice going right now. Memphis set the screen up well, and Sam Williams has to lay off here. He's got to lay off. Well, I mean, I don't know about that. I don't know. I don't love that call. I'm sorry. I mean, to me, he could have laid off, but to me, that was fair game. I don't like the call.
I would agree with you on that one, partner.
I mean, I know we're trying to protect quarterbacks and all, but you also got to allow these defenders to hit them when they get there. Costly penalty, though, either way.
Sure was. All the way down to the 18 now. Handoff. This is Gainwell. Picks up the first down on a pickup of 12. And it'll be first down and goal now for the Tigers. On a drive kept alive by that penalty a moment ago. Olivia? First and goal. Gainwell between the tackles and just about a foot short of the end zone.
This is the versatility we talked about, right? We see him out as a slot receiver. We see him motioning out. Now he's running between the tackles as a feature running back. Good start for Gainwell.
This Ole Miss defense on its heels, and White takes it in. The Tigers strike first. The second-year starter with just his second rushing touchdown of his career. He threw for 26 a season ago. In his first year as a starter, the Arizona State transfer putting the Tigers on the board first. Although they had some costly penalties on the offensive line, Coach Norvell's crew puts it in the end zone.
Two huge penalties for the Ole Miss defense. Both third down. They could have gotten off. But the question is, what do you do with it when you get those opportunities? Mr. Gainwell with a big start, and Brady White caps off a touchdown drive.
Mike McIntyre, the former head coach at Colorado, one of 10 new coaches, along with Rich Rodriguez, who's Ole Miss's offensive coordinator. There have been much turnover for both these teams. Rich Rodriguez upstairs. Been a long time since he's been up in the booth, over a decade, almost 15 years, I think.
He said 2000 was the last time he was up in the box, and he said if it doesn't go well, he might be on the sidelines for the second half. But I thought two outstanding hires by Matt Luke to go get a guy like Mike McIntyre, an offensive mind like Rich Rodriguez. The knowledge they have, the head coaching experience, thought it really made a statement for this Ole Miss program, bringing those guys in.
Couple of former coach of the years. Tigers out to a 7-0 lead just on the way here in the first quarter. And 7 yards deep. We'll take it first and 10 from the 25-yard line.
I'll tell you a guy who I want to see get involved right now. Jarian Ely, true freshman. We heard explosive, dynamic playmaker. They want to get him the ball in space. Get him the ball out in space. They're running into a brick wall up front. Jarian Ely needs to be featured in this series.
You see those prolific numbers from a year ago, but that's with a couple of high-round draft choices from the NFL now departed. That was Ely, the guy you were just referring to, the true freshman out of Walnut Grove, Mississippi, brought down by Cole Mashburn.
What a job this Memphis defense has done so far. You know, Adam Fuller was brought in. He was an outstanding defensive coordinator at Marshall, top 30 defense in 30 different categories. Mike Norvell loves this guy. One of only 3 teams in college football not to allow a 100-yard rusher, and they're showing up for him today.
Corral in the seam, caught, hung on to it, and we might have a spearing call as Elijah Moore took a hit from Londre Thomas.
We'll have to take a look at this, but on first glance from up here in the booth, it sure looked like helmet-to-helmet contact. And I would guess it's going to be a targeting call.
Yeah. Said spearing. I'm showing my age a little bit, Dusty. Sorry. Targeting.
And this was
The ruling on the field is a catch for a first down. Personal foul. Targeting.
Yep.
Number 12, defense. 15-yard penalty. Automatic first down.
And it's interesting that Thomas, who you see leaving the game now, disqualified, actually had a sack on the last series. Here's the play one more time. The launch, using the crown of the helmet, targeting above the shoulders and the head. And he's DQ'd for the rest of the game. Between the tackles, this is Scotty Phillips. Scotty Phillips, a year ago this time, was a JUCO player out of Jones County Community College, making his transition to Ole Miss.
15, Quindell Johnson has now entered the game. He typically comes in to play safety as a nickel when they go nickel, because that's Londre Thomas's position. But now we'll see Quindell Johnson playing a lot of safety for the rest of the day.
Good fake by Corral, who's going to take off with it. And he tiptoes out of bounds at about the 30-yard line. We had a chance to meet with Matt Corral yesterday. He has another year of eligibility after this year. And what do you think of what he's done so far, Dustin?
Well, Corral's got 4 more years of eligibility. Redshirted last year as a freshman, but a lot of moxie, a lot of confidence. I like that. And a guy that they feel has big arm talent.
That is the end of the first quarter.
And as we saw there, has the ability to extend the play and pick up big gains with his legs. Nice job by him evading the rush and picking up a first down.
Got a timeout on the field. And that's the end of the first quarter. First 15 minutes in the books here in Memphis on the banks of the Mississippi River. A lot of the activity includes barges moving that product down the water. These teams trying to move the ball down the field when we come back. Mike Norvell, head coach of Memphis, on the left, and Matt Luke, head coach of the Rebels, on the right. Both these teams suffering from some self-inflicted wounds at various times. Right now, though, Ole Miss with the football and making a move. Scotty Phillips on the carry. No gain.
Well, penalties have been one of the major storylines of that first quarter. Think about the Memphis touchdown drive. 2 15-yard penalties on 3rd down to help extend that drive. There was a big penalty on Memphis when they had a big punt return, and then we saw the targeting penalty to help this drive.
On 2nd and 16, Corral threw back against his body, across his body, and dangerously in and out of the hands of the defender, Collins, who almost set himself an easy one. So in a blink, it'll be 3rd down and 16.
Last time on the 3rd down, we saw Adam Fuller heat him up, bring some pressure. Maybe a good time for a potential screen here. Looks like they're just going to drop 8.
They're 0 for 3 on 3rd down. They come back to the screen at the 40-yard line. Cooley with the catch, but nowhere to go. Is going to be brought down at about the 32-yard line. And it brings up an interesting 4th down here. Luke Logan, their place kicker, has very good range, but we'll see what they do here. They're going to leave the offense on the field, and then now Corral will come out.
Well, Coach Luke told us yesterday he felt good from the 30. This is kind of right there in that medium spot. Definitely within his range, but big kick right here.
Well, this would be a 50-yarder. Luke Logan, who last year was 4 for 4 in a game that we did in his debut against Texas Tech. And he pushes that one off to the right just a little bit. The Rebels come up empty on the drive after looking so promising. 13:26 to go in the first half. Tigers leading in this regional rivalry. Well, this is a regional rivalry. The 2 campuses separated by a mere 72.5 miles. Pretty short drive, and a lot of alumni that Olivia talked about from Ole Miss in the Memphis area. And this is a hotbed of football here in the Mid-South. Ole Miss doing a great job recruiting. Memphis trying to close that gap, and on this drive, it's Patrick Taylor with a spirited run for the first down. Picked up about 15 on the play. Behind a nice block on that offensive line, which is featuring 3 new starters this year.
Nice job off the right side there. Center Dustin Woodard, as well as Manuel Orano Lopez, open up a big gaping hole, and Patrick Taylor hits it downhill for his biggest run of the day.
Brady White, the quarterback, the transfer from Arizona State. They hand it off to Taylor, running between the tackles over that right side, and a good gain of about 5 yards on the play. Second down and 4. Taylor again, man, they are giving him a lot of work. It's going to set up a 3rd down and 2 after that tackle on Patrick Taylor. You know, Taylor comes from a very athletic family. His sister Nadia was a collegiate volleyball player at the University of Texas, Austin, and now plays professionally in Japan. So he might not even be the most accomplished athlete in the family. He's proud to admit it too. 11 yards rushing, 11 rushes for 62 yards.
Wildcat.
The Wildcat, Taylor takes it and comes up a little bit short. So an interesting 4th and short coming up, Dusty.
Yes, and don't be surprised if they come right back with that. Short yardage situations, they love to go with the Wildcat personnel. Just go ahead and snap the ball directly to their big back, Patrick Taylor. Nice job defensively up front by Ole Miss. Definitely an area that Mike Norvell is going to want to go for it.
From the 41.
And they do it again. There it is again. They love this Wildcat formation. Power football.
Taylor again. And he fell forward and got the first down. Ran through the arms of Lakia Henry, the inside linebacker, to move the chains.
Strong physical run from Patrick Taylor. That's what happens when you can go 6'3", 230. Look at the strength. Lowers the shoulder, keeps the legs moving, and just leans forward, just gets just enough for the first down.
Gainwell has been a little bit silent of late. He was prominent in the first quarter. And they hand it off to him right here on this play into the boundary. Pushed out of bounds just inside the 40-yard line.
Kind of on your point there, Jonesy. There is high expectations here in Memphis for this football team. Mike Norvell's placed it on him, and he told us his most experienced team with the most depth he's had since he's been here. And when you look at all the pieces they brought back on both sides of the ball, they've got big aspirations for this football team here in Memphis.
And it's a regional rivalry. He says we have a chance to show progression in our program, and this is huge for our fan base. The ball floats up there and incomplete at the 20-yard line. Brady White did not have his feet set, and that was a dangerous pass. Linton had a chance to pick it off here, Dusty.
Yeah, he throws it off balance. I love the defensive play. See how the defensive back, Linton, gets his head around the last second, so it's not pass interference. Watch him turn his head around, get his hands up, knock that ball away. Outstanding play by the defender, Armani Linton. And part of that, you know, like you said, Brady White was off balance, doesn't have the strongest arm. That ball kind of floated, allowed the defender time to make the play on the football.
3rd and 10. And White wisely throws it out of bounds. They looked a little disconcerted and discombobulated on that play, and Mike Norvell incensed on the sidelines.
Good inside pressure there from the Ole Miss defensive line. Forced Brady White to move off his spot, roll out, not one of his strong suits. He felt the pressure bearing down, just throws it away. Another good stop for this Ole Miss defense. After a turnover and getting the ball in prime time real estate to come up with a stop right there and force a punt. Huge stop for Mike McIntyre.
Mark Jones, Dusty Dvorak, and let's see what the official rules on this. They're going to say it's a touchback. Corral firing wide at the 37-yard line, intended for DeMarcus Gregory.
You know, that's an easy completion, right? They set up the bootleg. He gets outside the pocket. Corral's not under duress. He's got a wide open target, and he just misfires. That's a throw he needs to be able to consistently make when he doesn't have pressure in his face and he's got an open target down the field.
2nd down and 10. Corral on the run again and almost corralled and sacked, but got rid of it in time. It's going to be 3rd and long. Corral sacked back at the 17. That Tiger defense showing its teeth on this drive. Joseph Dorcius, one of the more flamboyant players, with the sack.
Watch the stunt here. It's going to go inside. 38, Jonathan Wilson. They call him Swamp Donkey from Louisiana. You see the pick play? He's going to get the initial pressure, flush Matt Corral, and then the defensive end on the other side is able to get the easy sack. The stunt inside got to him, got Corral off his spot, and got the sack.
And Pop Williams back deep, feels it at the 42. Makes another good cut. Got a block. And Pop finally brought down at the 37-yard line. Boy, he is electrifying. You can feel tangibly people hold their breath collectively when he catches the football. The 21-yard punt return on the 41-yard punt.
His short area change of direction is off the charts. He can start and stop. Woo! Look at him, making people miss. Second exciting return we've seen here in this first half from Pop Williams.
I tell you, that must be jelly because jam don't shake like that.
Come on now.
Pop got some shake. Under 4 minutes to go here in the 2nd quarter. Tigers with good starting field position on this drive at the 37. And they go to the Wildcat formation again, featuring Patrick Taylor. Tries the left side of that offensive line, found a yawning hole, and picks up the 1st down at the 26-yard line. Taylor out of Humble, Texas.
Watch my man Gainwell with the block here on the edge. This is what sets up this run. He gets on Sonogo, the linebacker, gets a nice block to open up that hole. Big run. Gainwell coming down. The smaller back getting on the big backer just gets just enough to open up the crease.
This time on the handoff, it's Gainwell. And a good gain of about 8 on the play. Gainwell, the Swiss Army knife on this offense.
Continue to use him in a multitude of ways. We see him all over the place, right? I mean, he's been a receiver out of the backfield. He's lined up in the slot. We see him handing to him the football. He's a slot right there. Just saw him as a lead blocker. The versatility he possesses. Now he's just a simple halfback running between the tackles. The redshirt freshman having a big first half.
On 2nd and 2, he's going to get another opportunity. Carrying that football high and tight. And about a yard short of the 1st down. Gainwell playing that Tony Pollard role and doing a great impersonation of him so far, Dusty.
Don't want to put too much on the young man, but Mike Norvell said if he continues to progress, he can wind up being potentially one of the best to ever play running back at this great school.
On 3rd and 1, Taylor, 1st and goal, Tigers. And Patrick Taylor thinking if he could only have stayed on his feet, 6 would have had 6. 1st and goal. 10-yard gain.
Obina Easy with an excellent block. See him work up here. Does an excellent job getting to the 2nd level. Gets on the backer. Allows Patrick Taylor a nice running room. Get a nice 1st down.
Running behind some big offensive linemen. Into the boundary. Gainwell just short of the end zone by about a foot. It'll be 2nd and goal.
Yeah, every time anyone would mention Kenneth Gainwell, you could see their eyes light up. And it wasn't just the Memphis staff and players. It was also Mike McIntyre. They knew about 19. They knew about Kenny Gainwell. And they knew he was going to be a big factor in this game. And he's been every bit of that here early.
Dorcius checks into the backfield as a blocker for Taylor here. They line up out of the eye. Taylor tripped up short of the end zone. So it'll be 3rd down. Lakia Henry, the JUCO prospect, the top JUCO inside linebacker in the country a season ago out of Dodge City Community College, making the tackle.
Big stop up front. You see Ole Miss changing the line of scrimmage. They're digging in. Be a huge stop if they can come up with one here.
3rd and goal.
Memphis, no hurry at all as you see the clock ticking down under a minute. Going to milk this for all it's worth here before we get to the half.
It's really hot down in the field. That defense might be on its heels a little bit. 3rd and goal. Taylor again. This time steps into the end zone. Touchdown, Tigers. Patrick Taylor with his 17th rushing touchdown of his career. Running through the arms of Lakia Henry that time, unlike the previous play. And Memphis up 13-0 with 40 seconds to go here in the first half. This is an American Conference team against an SEC team, and the extra point is no good. It bounces off the upright, and it remains 13-0. Well, the AAC leading the SEC West right now, 13-0. Memphis with the advantage. We'll be back after this message and a word from our ABC stations. And welcome back, everyone, to Memphis, Tennessee. You're watching the American Conference on ABC, and a look at the banks of the Mississippi River that through the decades has remained largely unchanged. But for Memphis and for Ole Miss, the story has been changed between last season and this season. Mark Jones, Dusty Dvorak, Olivia Decker down in the field joining us in just a bit. It seems like, Dusty, so far that the Rebels have adjusted to that change better than their opponents today.
I think it's been Memphis who's adjusted to that change. Adam Fuller in this defense has been outstanding so far, and that's what Mike Norvell brought him in for. And when you look at what they've been able to do, -1 rushing yards for this Ole Miss offense, I mean, it's been unbelievable. They're winning the line of scrimmage at an unbelievably high clip. It's been very impressive. Just 42 total yards for Ole Miss. They can't get Memphis blocked up front. Memphis isn't doing themselves any favors. They've had 7 penalties for 50 yards, but it doesn't matter. That defense was ferocious in the first half. Ole Miss still yet to convert on a 3rd down, and that's the defensive coordinator, Adam Fuller, has to love what he's seen in this first half.
Yeah, Memphis has adjusted better to the change. This is Kenneth Gainwell, who had a very productive first half, stopped cold at the 20-yard line. Olivia, what's up?
Matt Luke told me he just has to get his guys to settle down. They're just so young, and he's calling upon his leaders. One of those is just a redshirt freshman in his first start, quarterback Matt Corral. I did see Corral give every player on offense a high five on their way out of the tunnel, stick with them and encouraging them. One of those players that he couldn't high five is Braylon Sanders, the junior wide receiver. He was 2nd among Rebel receivers in yards per catch last year. He's out with an injury the rest of the game.
Oh, boy, that's bad news. Big target, one of the guys that had really established good chemistry with Matt Corral going back to last year and even early in camp this year. Memphis with the ball to begin the second half, and they put it on the ground. Loose.
Ole Miss
It appears that the Tigers
they got on top of it.
Jumped on the loose ball. Man, one of those huge offensive linemen, number 77, Ezebi, got on that football.
Obinna Easy, what a great job by him to jump on it. That was a golden opportunity for Ole Miss to start the second half. Got to find a way to get that football.
Over the middle, wide open. And a nice catch out of the backfield. Patrick Taylor showing you his receiving skills. Brady White on the delivery for 22 yards.
We don't always see that from Patrick Taylor. Run a little post route, going up and getting it. A big, powerful running back, showing some agility, some nice soft hands.
That's one of the improvements that he wanted to make, choosing to come back and out of the Wildcat. Now Taylor taking the direct snap.
I don't think he was
down. No. Ended up bouncing on top of the defender. On his feet, Patrick Magic Taylor. Touchdown.
It's a little bit reminiscent of that Auburn-Oregon national championship. Let's take a look and see if he actually went down. Patrick Taylor gets his legs taken out. He lands on the defender. He never goes down. What a heads-up play by him. He never heard the whistle blow. He didn't think he was down. Uses his hand to push off the ground. The defense thinks it's over. He gets up and takes it to the house. Wow.
4-yard line. This is beyond the line of game.
All right, our apologies. Now we were able to get better looks at it from our great camera crew. And as you'll see here, this touchdown will be wiped off the board. Elbow down. It's going to be first down for the Memphis Tigers at the 44-yard line.
Yeah, he was definitely down. That was an angle we didn't get a chance to see prior to going to commercial break. So indisputable video evidence. They overturn it. And it all depends on your vantage point on the field. Therein lies the beauty of replay, where what really matters is getting it right.
Absolutely.
Second down and 7.
Wow.
Dustin Woodard,
that's a huge
center
loss
for the Tigers, is off the field, and got a new center snapping the ball. We'll have to see what happens here on this initial exchange. And snap. The quarterback, Brady White. They'll take the fly sweep to Gainwell down the middle of the field. And incomplete at the 15-yard line, intended for DeMonte Coxie, broken up nicely by Miles Hartfield. And it's 3rd and 7.
Trying to hit Coxie on the post route. Excellent job by Miles Hartfield, undercutting the route, getting that right hand up, creating the pass breakup. Nice job defensively by Miles Hartfield. I want to go back to the loss of Dustin Woodard. This is a guy who started 38 games coming into today. He was an all-conference guard. They moved to center. They've now had to move their right guard, Manuel Orana Lopez, to center. A big storyline to follow this second half.
They hand it off to Gainwell, and he picks up enough for the first down to the 36-yard line as we take a look at our Pacific Life game summary. Some of the cogent and pertinent points of the ball game so far. The numbers telling the story. We talked about the imbalance in yardage going into the third quarter. 8-yard gain, and pass complete to the edge. That's Samuel, and Samuel's going to come up about a yard short of the first down. Lakia Henry and Sam Williams making the tackle on the play. Dusty, we talked about their 2 outside linebackers. There's one of them on the inside, Henry. But we haven't said Williams and Shepard's names too much. What do you make of that, if anything?
They need to get it going. They thought that they'd have a real advantage with some inexperienced offensive tackles for Memphis. And to your point, they've made little to no impact in this game so far.
Second down and 2. Brady White dropping way back and picked off at the 40-yard line by Benito Jones. The big fella showing some hands. And we got some flags on the field.
The ruling on the field is the ball has been intercepted. Holding, number 19 of the offense. His penalties declined. First down.
Benito Jones, preseason All-SEC, with a huge play for the Rebels.
Wow, what a big spot there for Benito Jones to step up. The senior, the defense needed to play, and he did it. Here's a vantage point from the quarterback. He's trying to set the screen up. As you see, running back gets pulled to the ground, and Benito Jones, little one-handed grab. He went down with the right. Athletic move by the big nose tackle, Benito Jones. Huge play. Huge play for this Ole Miss defense.
I love the way he just jogged off the field like, yeah, that's what I do. That's what I do. Under 5 minutes to go, third quarter. Corral downfield, caught by Elijah Moore. Their first big play of the day as he gets in behind Thomas Pickens.
Oh, excellent throw. Matt Corral on the move to his right. He got the matchup he was looking for. Elijah Moore, the small slot receiver, matched up on a linebacker, Thomas Pickens. That ball was placed perfectly. Good concentration on the sidelines. Huge play for the Rebels.
And here's Scotty Phillips again. Phillips with nowhere to go. You know, Phillips was telling me his first conversation with Rich Rod, he was expecting to carry the ball 30 times a game. Boy, what a great grab by Moore.
Like the throw, too. On the move. We haven't seen a lot of great throws from Matt Corral today, but, boy, hopefully that could be something that ignites and gets him going. Here's we get closer to the fourth quarter.
True freshman Snoop Connor in the backfield now for Ole Miss. And he makes the catch here. They get him in space, and Connor gets it down to the 18. Let's go. All right, Cassidy. Corral slips. Almost fell down and then forced to throw it away. Lost his balance. Was coming back the other way to Elijah Moore. And that brings up 4th and 5, and in comes the field goal unit. Boy, they had a promising looking drive.
They went a little misdirection, roll all the way to the right. They wanted to throw it back all the way across the field to Elijah Moore. The slip cost Matt Corral. Couldn't regather himself and step into the throw. Ball sails wide, and he takes a big hit after he delivers the pass. Poor footing to a bad executed third down that Ole Miss offense really needed.
Luke Logan from 35, missed earlier from 50. And finally, the Rebels on the board, 13-3 now. Their deficit with 3:11 to go in the third quarter. Our camera guys do a fantastic job throughout the course of this college football season, but it's hot for them too. They can't get in that ice box. They just got their own fans.
Memphis center Dustin Woodard missed the first drive of this half and has since returned, and that's good news for the Tigers. He was an all-conference guard last year, although this is his first game at center. And of course, he's going against Benito Jones on the other side for the Rebels. He missed the first drive because he had an issue with his right hand, and I'm sorry, his left hand, and they taped it up, put on a glove. Dusty, we were talking, he snaps with his right, but you need both hands at that position.
Absolutely he does, but just to have him on the field, you got to think Mike Norvell, Kevin Johns, the offensive coordinator, was very good about that. Talented offensive lineman. Guy's an outstanding wide receiver, and man, he puts in the work, as they told us, as hard a worker as they have within this program. Guy never wants to come off the field. It's a relentless, tireless worker who's been extremely productive.
Look over the middle, the pass complete. This is their other talented wideout, Darian Jones, making the reception, his first one of the day, as Coxie attracts so much attention from defenders. First down and 10, under 3 minutes to go in the third quarter. And nowhere to go that time for Patrick Taylor. Back to DeMonte Coxie. You know, coming out of high school, actually going into his senior year in high school, didn't have any offers, and he went to a couple of camps, went to LSU's football camp, and they didn't pull the trigger on the offer. Then as he started to play his high school season, he received that offer, but schools backed off after the season was over because he hurt his knee. Matt Corral coming out of a really talented, prolific high school program, Long Beach Poly. Going to be forced to scramble and run it. Steps out of bounds at about midfield, right at the 50.
Good call by you, partner. He wanted to take the shot there. He was looking up top. He was looking at number 11, Ontario Drummond. Good coverage down the field, and had a safety over the top. Matt Corral just gets outside the pocket and picks up what he can. Nice gain with nothing down the field.
2nd and 5. Corral hands it off to Phillips. Phillips with a little head of steam picks up the first down. And now that Ole Miss offense moving pretty well. You know, in speaking with Matt Corral, at quarterback, he told us about some of the expectations he had for himself going back to high school. His coaches demanding of him. His coaches included Chris Claiborne, the former NFL player, LeVar Arrington, former NFL player, and T.J. Husmanzada. That's pretty good staff at Long Beach Poly.
Star-studded coaching staff.
Phillips, boy, he lowered his hat and brought that smoke on Sanchez Blake Jr.
Better get those pads down on Scotty Phillips. Scotty Phillips used a truck stick right there.
That is a pass play.
It's the end of the third, Olivia.
We got a birthday going here. It's Tom the Tiger, the Memphis Tigers' birthday. He's turning 11, and this is his 67th home game. But look, he's got to go through hoops to get here. Exotic pets are banned in the state of Tennessee, so they have to file federal paperwork to get him. Guess where he lives? Mississippi.
Back at the Liberty Bowl for the start of the fourth quarter between Ole Miss. Boy, our Tiger looking a little bit subdued, and when you look at the numbers, you figure out why there in the third quarter, Dusty.
This game is flipped, man. Ole Miss has come to life. Look at that total yardage in the third quarter compared to the first half. Much more productive, especially running the football. It's a huge drive. Memphis defense, they're looking for a big stop.
The Tiger had land shark on his menu today, but he stopped eating. He was feasting in the early part of the game, but not so much anymore. It took land shark off the menu by losing that third quarter. Well, almost.
Crucial third down here for this Memphis defense and for an Ole Miss offense who struggled mightily in this spot in the first half. Huge play to start this fourth quarter.
And they're going to come up about a yard or two short on third down. It'll be third down and 2. And Coach Matt Luke with a little bit of a decision right now, just underway here in the fourth and final 15 minutes of play.
I think he's going for it. I mean, they're right there on the cusp of their kicker's range.
An early defining point for Rich Rodriguez, their first-year offensive coordinator.
Memphis loading up. A lot of hats in the box here.
Play clock is down to 5. Corral pulls it out, throws it complete. First down reception made by Octavius Cooley. It was tackled immediately by Austin Hall, but Rich Rod draws up a good one.
Nice job right there by the quarterback, Matt Corral. Love the play call, a little RPO action. Matt Corral held it at the mesh point for a long time, pulled it, and then he found his tight end, sneak out the backside. Great job securing the football by Octavius Cooley. Gets the big hit delivered on him by Austin Hall. And as we mentioned, a huge first down for this Rebel offense.
Snoop Connor bouncing it outside. And we were able to take a little tour through this venue yesterday, and each of the players there has their names above on a flat screen television monitor. And it is, it's not far off the Ritz-Carlton there. It was pretty comfortable.
Beautiful facility. They've done a really nice job here at the Liberty Bowl.
Second down and 11. Corral fake the reverse, kept it, good decision. Corral chopped down short of the end zone, and he took a big hit on that right leg. It was exposed, and Sanchez Blake Jr. saved the touchdown with that stop.
Telling you, man, all the momentum right now is with this Ole Miss football team in the second half. I like the fake there to Elijah Moore. And Matt Corral able to get to the edge and inside the 5-yard line. Ole Miss in business. First and goal.
Rich Rodriguez amped up now. That kind of started the carousel. First and goal for Ole Miss. Let's see what Adam Fuller's defense has up its sleeve. Not enough there. Close. Scotty Phillips stopped short, about a foot away.
Close. This is going to be close.
It'll be second and goal.
That ball get over that line. They're not going to wait to find out. They're going fast. Ooh, I don't know.
Phillips another chance. No doubt about that one. The Rebels in the end zone for the first time this afternoon, and they cut the margin to 4, potentially to 3.
Uncle Mo is in the building. Wow, this second half What a role reversal from the first half. Ole Miss went in almost lifeless at halftime, and they've come out. And, man, has it been a different story. We got ourselves a ball game now.
Scotty Phillips with his 13th rushing touchdown of his career. The extra point is good. And the deficit cut to 3. This has been a tale of 2 different halves. The Tigers had momentum on their side in the first half, but the third quarter bringing something totally new, and now this game up for grabs. There's a look at the Lorraine Motel, part of the National Civil Rights Museum here in Memphis, Tennessee, the place of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.'s death in 1968, right there on that balcony where he was felled by a bullet. So much history at that place. One of the best tour spokes that you will ever take in your life. And some more history here in the city of Memphis. First African-American millionaire in the South, Robert Reed Church Sr. purchased the first 1,000 municipal bonds to help Memphis recover from bankruptcy. One of the real great cities here in the South. On the return, this is Antonio Gibson. And it's a brand new ball game. First and 10. Let's see what Brady White can get done on this drive. Patrick Taylor runs it over the right side, picks up about 2.
And here's the other thing about this drive. Even if it's not points, they need to keep their defense off the field. Their defense has been on the field a lot in the second half. And Ole Miss, they got that momentum going. They're starting to wear down that Memphis defense. Crucial that Memphis is able to at least spell them, give them some rest, and put together a quality drive right here.
Gainwell and Coatsy, the other weapons offensively, along with Patrick Taylor. Open at the 45. Caught on the play by Coatsy. Coatsy and Clutch kind of go together. Big catch for 25 yards.
Quality protection by the offensive line. They give him plenty of time. Nice clean pocket. He can step up, deliver the throw, and look at that, right on the hands before he tiptoes out of bounds.
And the good news for Memphis, Brady White is connected on his last 6 passes in a row. This time hands it off. And Taylor gets about 3. Dusty, when the FCS team comes in, gets that check and the win, it's a heck of a story. Taylor battering his way forward.
High expectations in Ames, Iowa. There's people picking them to play for a Big 12 championship. That would be a stunning loss. They're not able to come back and get the victory. And how big is this third down right here, partner?
3rd and 4. You're leading by 3, but haven't been able to move the ball much in the second half. Taylor, meanwhile, 25 rushes for 125 yards. Can't point the finger of blame at him. Big 3rd and 6 coming up for the Tigers, trying to wrest the momentum back. White under duress and sacked. Mike McIntyre's defense comes up with a huge play. Bivens with the stop.
This is the second time we've seen Bivens from the inside make an inside move. He's going to beat the guard with a quality pass rush, collapse the pocket. Watch, he's going to work here. He's going to work inside this guard. Excellent job continuing to work. Starts with the bull, rips off inside. Good coverage down the field, and a huge sack for Mike McIntyre's defense as they get off the field. Going to get their offense the ball back, try to take the lead.
And a lot more signs of getting more pressure on the quarterback there than they did a season ago. The punt will roll inside the 5. Boy, this is going to work out great for the Memphis Tigers. It'll be down to the 2-yard line after that great punt by Adam Williams. As we take a look at our Pacific Life game summary. 13-0 ball game at halftime. Memphis seemingly in control. They had their running game working behind Patrick Taylor, who carried the ball a lot in that first half, and then Ole Miss getting on the scoreboard in the second half. And here comes Matt Corral.
Memphis defensive coordinator Adam Fuller was very upset, obviously, after Ole Miss scored their first touchdown of the day. He told his guys, don't wait for something to happen, just go get it. Now, he did take credit. He said, we're not being aggressive enough on quarterback Matt Corral. That's on me. We have plenty of time. Don't get scared. Don't quit.
See if they try and dial up a little bit of pressure on him here, deep in their own end zone. Corral to pass, and he's going to take a safety. Bryce Huff.
Well, Adam Fuller wasn't lying, was he?
Yeah.
He dialed it up when he had to. They had Ole Miss backed up. You're going to see a backer come here. It's going to be this guy right here. It's going to be Huff. It's just going to kind of sit. He's going to squat. And when the guy he's covering, the tight end, stays in, he's going to release. Untouched, huge sack, safety. What a play for this Memphis defense. Just what the defensive coordinator Adam Fuller was looking for.
Bryce Huff, number 55. Remember, he told us in our meetings yesterday, when asked, what are you going to be thinking when you line up? He said, Mark, Dusty, Olivia, I want to destroy whoever I go against. Well, he found his target that one. And it's 15-10 now. And Ole Miss will have to kick the ball away as well here.
Huge credit to the punter of Ole Miss, Adam Williams, pinning him back inside the 2. How many times today have we seen that punt just miss?
Yeah.
He's been flirting with pinning him inside the 5 several times, and at the perfect opportune time, he pins Ole Miss deep, and a huge play for the leader of that defense, Bryce Huff. And Adam Fuller, he's got to be elated on the sidelines.
And Pop Williams back to get this kick. From the 20. A high spiral driving Pop all the way back to the 13. Looking for his wedge and brought down just shy of the 32-yard line. Well, the recent publication ranked the top collegiate teams, football teams in the state of Tennessee. No, it wasn't that gang in orange from Knoxville. It was these guys, the Memphis Tigers. Right now leading 15-10 with 6:21 to go in the fourth quarter. The 63rd chapter of Memphis against Ole Miss. The Tigers with the lead. And Patrick Taylor lining up here in the Wildcat on 1st down and 10, trying to put this game on ice. And Taylor brought down. They lose about a yard. Jalen Jones with a stop on the play.
Nice job out there on the perimeter. Get that tackle. Kadir Shepard, first man to get there. But, you know, back to that point, I concur. I think the way what Mike Norvell has going, and we talked to Brady White about it yesterday. We asked him about that. How do you feel about somebody saying, you guys are the best team in the state of Tennessee? And he said, you know, honor and a privilege, but he said it's what Justin Fuente built, what Mike Norvell has continued to grow this program.
They put some players in the league as well. This is Patrick Taylor, who's headed in that direction too. The fact that he's lost some assistant coaches in the past, but they've left for some pretty prestigious jobs, right?
A lot of coaches that have left his staff have exactly that, gone on to bigger and better opportunities. He's got coaches from his staff littered all throughout college football as another Memphis Tiger offensive lineman down on the ground.
Ronan Lopez is the injured lineman, as you also saw Patrick Taylor come off the field. There's a look at a group of 5 coaches to keep an eye on, some of the real hot coaches right now, Dusty.
Josh Heupel doing an excellent job at Central Florida. Had a chance to watch them on Thursday night. Brandon Wimbush looked good. Mike Norvell, clearly one of the hot young coaches in all of college football that at big jobs, when they do come available, we'll be looking at. And love my guy Seth Luttrell there at North Texas. What he's done in Denton, Texas, absolutely off the charts. Brian Harsin continues to get it done at Boise State, and Bill Clark at UAB. Some quality group of 5 coaches that, as the graphic says, definitely want to keep an eye on throughout this college football season. As jobs become available, expect those names to be at the top of a lot of lists.
Yeah, some pretty young guys on that list too. Clark, the oldest, at 51. Norvell, the youngest, at 37 as Taylor limps his way off the field. And you know, Dusty, I can't help but think every time a senior who turned down an opportunity to go to the NBA is even a little shaken up, sometimes there's a tendency to think, oh boy, you know.
Yeah, definitely had petitioned the NFL last season. Let's take a look here and see as he went down, that ankle got rolled up on. You see it turn inward. You've been around basketball long enough, you know what that means. Patrick Taylor out of this ball game right now. It's like Kenny Gainwell. It's going to be the back they're going with from backfield.
Leaves the game with 128 yards on 25 carries. 3rd down and 7. Looking to convert here and hang on to the football. Pass complete and a 1st down, just as you said, Dusty. Kenneth Gainwell now gets the call with Taylor out of the game. They use him in so many different productive ways. He picked up 12.
Absolutely. Excellent job by Kenny Gainwell just getting out in the flats. Here's what I want you to take a look at. The tight end's going to work up, and he's going to work out. Magnifico, it's zone coverage. Magnifico's going to work up, and it doesn't allow that defender to get to the flats. Kind of like a little pick play right there. Excellent recognition by the quarterback, Brady White. Nobody's there to cover the flats. An easy pitch and catch to Kenneth Gainwell for a crucial 1st down.
Showing a lot of skills. Receiving as well. Samuel in the ball game. And the stop made shy of midfield at about the 48-yard line. Travion Samuel. Second and 6. Look at the discrepancy in total yards. Titus Jones comes in for Dylan Parham at left guard. And they run it to that side of the field. This is Gainwell. And Gainwell didn't get out of bounds. Still in bounds. Coatney making the tackle. And it's 3rd down coming up. You see the timeout situation. Both teams with a full complement of timeouts remaining, which becomes more paramount here as time winds down.
This is the chess right here, the chess match we've seen been going on all day between Mike Norvell, Mike McIntyre. 3rd and medium situation. Playbook's wide open for Mike Norvell.
Let's see if it's Coatsy or maybe Gainwell again. Pass complete. Out of the backfield, Gainwell stopped up short of the 1st down. With 3:35 to go, Ole Miss will get a chance here, perhaps. What does Mike Norvell do? His team leading by 5.
He's going for it.
They're going to hang on.
He's rolling the dice. Wow.
Okay, 4th and 2
right here.
The shuffle pass, and they'll get the 1st down. Gainwell, boy, nice call by Mike Norvell. Kenneth Gainwell with the 1st down.
The gutsy call paid off. Excellent play design. Mike Norvell's had that sitting in his holster all day long. As you see Gainwell out of the slot.
Wow.
Just a little shovel pass. We haven't seen that all day. I saw them work on that yesterday in the walkthrough. He was waiting for the perfect opportunity. What a play call. Excellent execution.
It took a lot of courage. Hanging tight onto the ball, Kenneth Gainwell with 2:49 to go. Ole Miss with 2 timeouts remaining, and you got to look at Gainwell here as a very important component of this Memphis team, especially now with Taylor, Dusty, out of the ball game and what he's been able to do. Mike McIntyre, the defensive coordinator, looking for his defense to come up with a big play here on 2nd and 9. Gainwell again securing the football down to the 40-yard line. Jaquez Jones, the inside linebacker, making the tackle. And Ole Miss will burn its final timeout with 2:46 to go. That Luke hanging on to hope right now, but not much of it left.
Big 3rd down.
Geography important here for Memphis. Gainwell in the backfield, hanging on to it, got the 1st down. Got a good block again from Dorcius, who came into the backfield and cleared the path. Huge conversion for the Tigers and a gain of 9.
Absolutely. What a day for the freshman, Kenneth Gainwell. Gains very well. Going to see here, a nice little block. Going to set the edge. Going to get a defensive player, 94, Dorcius, get out in front, get just enough. Little spin, lean forward. Biggest first down of the game for this Memphis Tiger offense.
Gainwell, over 100 total yards in the ball game and adding to the total here. Dusty, let me go back to that last play. Good block thrown by Dorcius.
Yes.
You played on that side of the football defensively. They ever bring you in to block on the other side at Oklahoma?
I begged and begged and begged. No. We had something in practice by last year, but you know what? Somehow it just never happened. Chuck Long, Kevin Wilson, they never put me in, Coach.
Love seeing those defenders come in and lead the way.
Absolutely. Several times on a touchdown run earlier, he did the same thing.
Yep. Okay, so the Mississippi traverses a lot. 10, I'm going to guess Arkansas, Missouri, Louisiana. Gainwell again.
Smart.
Stays in bounds after picking up the first down.
Smart, unselfish. So many guys would want to take that, try to get to the corner, try to score a touchdown. But the freshman knows exactly the situation, knows once they get that first down, just get down, and it's all over. They can kneel the game out. What a day for Kenneth Gainwell.
He could have taken that to the house, or at least tried.
He could have tried.
Safe.
Smart football play by Kenneth Gainwell. All right, they're going to knee it out. So I think you had about 6 of those.
Give me the other 4. Yeah, I'm finished, man.
Kentucky.
Oh.
Iowa. Tennessee.
Okay.
Minnesota.
And the big one today here in Tennessee.
That's exactly right. That's exactly
Thanks,
right.
partner. 34 seconds to go. Memphis 19-3 at home under fourth-year head coach Mike Norvell. And they're going to put this one in the W column. And what does a win mean for Memphis here this afternoon against an SEC West division opponent?
This is a statement game, right? Look at the passion. Look at these guys. Tell me this isn't a rivalry game that means something. Huge win for this program, for Mike Norvell, to show everybody the ascension that this program is on. I give Ole Miss a lot of credit. They didn't quit. They showed a lot of fight, a lot of grit. They made it a tough, hard-fought game. I do think Matt Luke's team is on the rise. I liked what I saw in the second half offensively. I liked what I saw from Mike McIntyre. But right now, it's all about the Memphis Tigers and a huge victory for Mike Norvell and his program.
Coach Norvell said coming into the ball game this week, he was willing to tell anyone willing to listen, I want the very best they've ever been. He wasn't giving it the usual platitudes about this being just another game. He wasn't saying, oh, it's an important game because it's our next game. He was giving up the truth, folks. He said, I want them at their best. This is a huge game for our fan base and for the locals. And let's go down to Olivia for more.
Thank you, guys. Coach, congratulations. We were calling this one a statement game. What would you call this win?
It was just a great performance. We told our team whatever it took. It didn't matter. Didn't matter what the score was, just one more play. And these guys, I thought they did a wonderful job. Defense all day long. Special teams showed up big. And then to end the game the way we did, getting in big personnel and going right at them, something I'm really proud of. This game in particular had a lot of hype. Your season has a lot of hype. What noise are you going to have to ignore now? Yeah, it's just one game. I mean, there are so many things we're going to have to continue to improve on, but we got a sense of what this team's all about, and they finished today. We got to go back to work. We got to improve every single day, but I'm really proud of this football team. What answers did you get today? What was that? What answers did you get? I see a team that has a lot of heart. I mean, this coaching staff did a great job in their preparation. We always have some things we got to clean up, but I really love this football team, the way they prepare, the way they work. Really proud of them. Congratulations, Coach. Thank you. Thank you so very much.
364 total yards for the Memphis Tigers in the victory today against their rival from Oxford, Mississippi. Mike Norvell with a great record here at home. Got great help from his quarterback, who was 23 of 31. He got it done today. And Gainwell, all he did was gain well. 15-10, the final score for Olivia, Dusty, and our entire crew. I'm Mark Jones. We send it back to the studio with Kevin and Gandhi.